Hey everybody,
Hi everyone.
Mr. and Mrs. Traveler here.
Yes, it's Graham, Miss Traveler.
Alright everybody, welcome to the Caribbean Ocean, but right behind us on board the fabulous Odyssey of the Seas.
And I mean, it's fabulous.
Stay tuned for our pros and cons right
Right
after
after
this. Alright everybody, so thank you so much for tuning in. So, this is our pros and cons list for the Odyssey of the Seas. So let me preface this a little bit by saying we have been trying to get on this ship for so long.
It has been 3 to 5 years.
It came out of 21, so it's not that long. But no, I take it back. We've been trying to get on quantum class for a long time.
Yes,
but this,
not just
right.
this ship,
You're
the
correct.
quantum class.
You're correct. So,
Period.
So the quantum class has been doing things like overseas or Alaska and
it's
things
hard
like that.
to catch these in Florida.
So, they really haven't been in Florida. So, the ship came out in 21, and it was still like ships getting back from COVID and all that stuff. So when we were getting ready for the Mardi Gras, we went up to the inaugural event. We saw the ship pulling into Port Canaveral. We were just in awe. We're like, oh my God!
You know that emoji with the eyes turning the stars. This one, that was me and Mrs. Traveler.
So we set up to book that cruise, and then they ended up having a COVID outbreak with the staff, and they canceled like 6 sailings down the road.
We were one of them.
So I think it was a little bit of overkill when them canceling it, but
I think so.
Anyway, long story short, we're here finally.
Here we are. We are so grateful and blessed to be on this ship. Let me tell you, this ship is beautiful. This is the video that you've been anticipating. This video goes viral every time we do it, and we appreciate the support from each and every one of you. First of all, I would like to thank our group for coming on board with us.
Yes, absolutely.
Each and every one of you who booked through us, Mr. Traveler, to come aboard with us and meet us, we felt just like we was at home.
Yeah.
Family was back together.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, I don't know about Miss Travel necessarily, but I'm going to come right out the box and tell you my pros list is a lot longer than my cons.
Oh boy, man's is about eating. Well, let me just explain what our pros and cons are before we get started. I'll make a list, Mr. Traveler make a list, and we compare them right here in front of you. We don't talk about it until we get in front of the camera.
Right, so you never know what back and forth you're going to get. But so anyway, why don't we start off on a positive note today?
Okay,
and I'll let you begin.
I'm already where I'm going. I'm going for the decor. That is my #1 favorite thing on the ship. The decor. It felt like Norwegian versus MSC versus any luxury line that you can do. The room decor for one was my favorite. I felt like I was at home for the room decor, and I have to talk about the decor all the way from the beginning to the end of the ship. They thought about the ceilings to the floors.
Yep, that's one of my pros as well. I have to totally agree with you. Very elegant design. Kind of a modern.
It was different.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's very tastefully decorated. Very nice art throughout the ship. They even have artwork in the hallways that you can use as like Instagram photos behind you.
Like this picture right here.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just a really, really cool design. I totally agree with you.
The way that it's decorated is a modern twist on tradition. What I really love about our rooms was there was dressers and lamps. It felt very comfortable in our
it's
room.
like homey.
It felt very homey, and the TV was big enough for me and Mr. Traveler to watch, and it was encased in a kind of a bookcase wooden holder. It just felt so comfortable with the leather behind the bed, and then the bookshelves behind, and that shelf that's on top of the bed. It was extra storage. I just really enjoyed not only that, the bathroom as well.
Yeah. So I'll kind of expound off the decor for my pro. Really enjoyed the large, spacious stateroom, and it may not even be that it's so much larger than any other stateroom. It's just very well laid out, and the way the furniture is in the room provides a nice open flow through the stateroom.
It wasn't that cheap furniture either. It's nice, sturdy, good furniture.
And including one of my favorite features of the stateroom is a nice big shower.
Yes.
So I was able to shower, turn around completely in there.
Mr. Traveler love a shower that he can turn all the way around in, and that was one of them. Because some of them are so boxed in, they feel like match boxes. But this one was bowled out in a circle, and you've had plenty of room.
All right, so hit him with a con.
Okay, let's go with the con. So many kids running up and down the hall on spring break. Ooh, it was just too many kids on the ship. What lures the kids onto this ship is the technology, and it's a lot for them to do here. But it's so expensive. I don't even see how so many kids on here. This is a very expensive ship.
I think somebody took advantage of Royal Caribbean's kids sale free promotions.
Is that what it is? Kids in the hot tub, kids running up and down the hall, kids playing on the elevator. You know.
Well,
could you explain the technological features of the elevator?
Well, that's you on a different kind right now.
Okay. Because that has a lot to do with what I'm talking about for kids, because you can't even get on the elevator because the kids are playing with the buttons.
It's one of my cons.
Okay, we'll get there. You know what I'm talking about in a minute.
So, but yeah, it's a lot of kids. I think I thought that most of the spring breaks were over by now.
Oh no, they in full swing.
Yeah, it was loaded up. But let me say this: you can't really put that off on the cruise. No,
the cruise doesn't have anything to do with that.
Yeah.
It's people on the drink package not watching their kids.
Right. But to your point, the elevator buttons, as you can see here in this clip.
Gosh, for your 50th. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm ready to do something for my birthday.
Going to the wedding. You get the wedding.
Yeah.
So they're touchless technology. You're just supposed to hover your finger or hand in front of the button to activate the floor that you'd like to go to. And the first day we got on here, I thought some kids were playing with the elevator, but
Me too.
come to find out, because I actually did it myself, if you happen to have on a short sleeve shirt or something and the elevator's crowded, if you get anywhere near that elevator,
those
the
bad
buttons,
boys gonna light up.
They all light up.
So you gotta kind of take a step back and then push your button, or the whole panel will light up.
So that's kind of a con for me. I mean, I enjoy the technology, and I think that people kind of got the gist of it after the first couple of days. But those first couple of days were a little rough.
It was a learning curve.
Yeah.
With all the technology, some people don't like all the technology, especially our elderly people in the group. They just liked it because they like the old way and the traditional way, whereas we are moving forward with technology, so we have to accept it. Don't get me wrong, we love kids. We love to see kids on the ship, but not bad ones.
All right, let's go on to another pro.
Okay, my next pro is our room attendant was just a total sweetheart. He was just at our beck and call. He was here so much we had to turn him away because he was cleaning too much. And I really enjoyed that he gave me extra towels like I wanted. He gave us, he changed our sheet linen and our bed linen, and just with no problem. I didn't even have to ask. And he made sure he was very, very attentive to what we needed on our vacation. It made my vacation even better. My birthday was fabulous.
And so I'll kind of stick with the stateroom area for my pro. One thing I really liked, well, let me say this. One thing, it lacked a lot of channels on the television. Again, it was only a few channels. But the pro I have for it is that now the caveat to this is you have to have Wi-Fi on the ship. If you have Wi-Fi package on board the ship, you can connect your mobile device to the television and stream Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, whatever app that you have.
You can watch whatever.
And I'm going to say this, for the most part, it was pretty flawless. We watched movies without it. I was worried about maybe it's trying to catch the signal and skipping and stuff like that. We sat and watched Black Panther.
We did.
Pretty much seamlessly.
It was no problems.
Yeah. So I like that technology part of it.
It was good.
Again, we don't sit in the room and watch TV all day, but we were packing today, so we wanted to have something on TV while we were packing.
That's right.
We
really enjoyed the technology on the ship. You have to be a techie to love the ship. It's so interactive. Everything is interactive. Even the pictures are interactive, as you can see right here.
All right, hit them with another kind.
Okay. okay. Unfortunately, the pool area was way too small for me, especially for the kids area. The pool area should have been bigger. It felt like the pool could have been a little bit longer instead of, it's very wide. It could have been longer.
Okay. So yeah, and I'll stick with that theme on my kind, which is I'm not really mad at the pools per se. It's like two main pools on the Lido deck, and then in the front in the solarium there's also I'll call them pools, but they're like 2 or 3 feet deep.
Yeah, they're for kids.
With several different levels of water, but it was a nice chill spot, right?
It was.
And it's
quiet back there.
It's adults only. Let me put this in quotation: 16 and up.
That's not really adults. That was the kind.
I don't know, and I'm trying to remember back if it was like that before, because I always thought it was 18 and up with the solariums.
Let us know, is the solarium 16 and up or 18? But on this ship is 16.
On this ship it says 16. So they have the 2 big pools. They have the solarium ones up front. There's a bunch of different whirlpools around the ship. So here's my con: the kids area, Splashaway Bay, was so small,
tiny,
and so like it was. I think one of the big reasons why there were so many kids in the other pools and the whirlpools,
right?
Because the Splashaway Bay was so little. It had like 2 little slides and a little wheel. If you've been watching the channel before, I love playing in the kids area because they're usually the bomb.
They have the best things to do over there, and it's hardly nobody there.
The bucket fall on your head and all that stuff,
right,
and I love those areas. So they don't have that on this ship. It's very small, very limited. So there was all these kids flooding into the pool, into the hot tubs.
Yes.
I tried to trick them. I was in a pool and it was like 20 kids in there. So I'm in the middle and I was like, "Hey, man, look at that Splashaway Bay.
There's nobody over there."
If I was a kid, that's where I would be all day long.
That didn't work. They sure right there looking. Like, they're not going nowhere. You couldn't get in the hot tub because there was so many kids.
Yeah.
It was kids in every one of the hot tubs.
Yeah, so
it was a lot.
So the water area was really lacking. So it pushed the kids into other areas with adults.
Yes.
Hit them with a pro, baby.
I love my birthday decor. I just adored my room. I love the room. That was to me. My favorite part of the ship was the room because I really enjoyed it this time. Not only did I enjoy it, it was decorated thanks to Mr. Traveler. And when I walked in, I was surprised. I teared up. Me, I can't take too much. And it was just really classy decor. It wasn't balloons or anything like that. It was just like little drippings of like bubbles, or I don't know what it was, but it was so cute. I just enjoyed it all week. It felt like my birthday all week.
I forgot I did that.
I just
yay, Mr. Traveler.
The decor was so cute. It matched the room, and it was just awesome. To come in every day after a long day on the porch to see your decorations, you're reminded that it's your birthday. And that just made it so festive in our room.
All right, on to my next pro.
Okay.
I really loved the Seaplex area.
Okay, that was cool.
And
I felt very trendy in there.
The Seaplex area is really cool. So what it looks like when you walk into there, just off the bat, is a basketball court. So it looks like a full-length basketball court in the ship.
Levels.
But it is a multi-purpose area. So they do use it for basketball.
Yes.
They divide it up and they can play several different games at different times. They also have the bumper cars. It turns into a bumper car track.
Yes.
It also turns into a laser tag court.
Yes.
They also host dodgeball tournaments here.
Yes, they do. I think that's why they had so many kids on the ship. There's so much for them to do.
So yeah, that area is really cool. And then I think I see it on your pro, so we might just throw it on there.
Let's do it. Let's talk about it.
Right above the Seaplex area, or kind of I guess included in that area, but it sits above the actual track, is the Playmakers on here.
My favorite out of every restaurant that's here.
Yeah. And it's in a great location. You're overlooking the water, and then at other times you're overlooking the Seaplex floor there. Yeah. But there's TVs everywhere in there.
It felt like a sports bar.
Yeah, they had on soccer or baseball was on. I think there was a basketball game. Yeah. There was all kind of different games going on that they had on there. There's pool tables in there, just, darts. There's
There's a
all
lot
kind of
people
things to
playing
do.
Cards. You had two different stations of radio. One was techno, the other was jazz. It was nice.
Mhm.
Very, very nice.
You got any cons left?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay. So I thought that the adult side was nice, but when me and Mr. Traveler looked at where the teens were able to go, we were very jealous.
Oh.
They had the entire up top. I don't even know how to explain it. They were above the pool, and it was all glass.
It's a deck 17 deck.
It's the whole deck. They had the entire deck. We were jealous.
Yeah, I thought it was like, at first I thought it was the area for suites guests.
Me too.
But it's actually an area for 13 to 17-year-olds that you have to be a 13 to 17-year-old with your wristband
You
or
can't
your
get
SIM
in
card
there.
to get in there.
Yeah.
And it's like a great Instagram spot up there.
It was perfect for taking pictures. We couldn't get in, so that was kind of it. But all the teenagers was definitely up there. They was enjoying that spot, and it was right over the pool looking down. I was like, wow, I'm surprised the adults and suites is not there.
All right, so let me get on to my con.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get good and close. So Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Norwegian, MSC, whoever else owns a cruise ship can hear me good. Can you hear me good?
Yes.
Why can't you put a USB
On both sides.
or
of the
a
bed.
charging plug on both sides of the bed? Why? I don't understand it. You put one on one side of the bed, so I guess just one person in the family uses their phone. You guys want us to use these phones for everything on board the ship. You want us to use the app for this, use the app for that, use the app for this. But then guess what? I can't charge it at night or look at my app because I got to put it way on the other side of the room.
We gotta share it.
Please put 2 stations on either side of the bed.
Thank you.
Drives me nuts.
It's always on my side of the bed, and I don't even need it because I don't be on my phone
Right.
when we are on a vacation. Mr. Traveler charges everything, and I just be on a real vacation, you know. And he's like, "Oh my God, not again!" Yes, again. Yep.
Okay, hit it with a pro, baby.
Okay, so a pro for me is I really enjoyed Tempeyaki's.
Okay.
Tempeyaki's was amazing. The person who did our show was fabulous. I think his name was Ryan,
Mhm.
and he was so much fun. He
Yeah.
did tricks I'd never seen at any Benihana's or Tempeyaki's or Izumi on a ship. Period. He did some tricks that I'd never seen, and he made sure he celebrated my birthday, which was a con. They did not do that at Chops.
Yeah. So
They
let's
totally forgot my birthday at Chops.
so let's talk about that. So we had a little bit of hiccup. Overall, the special diet has been really good, and it usually is on Royal Caribbean.
Mhm.
We had a bit of a hiccup at Chops, and apparently it was due to overbooking. And then, so when they overbook, they overwork, they take too long on things, quality
You could
goes
tell the staff was
down.
they were not into us when we were at Chops. It's almost like they didn't even want to serve us.
But the Chops manager, or actually the specialty dining manager, period, made it right.
He did. His name was Wilbur.
Yeah, wasn't it Gilbert?
Was it Gilbert?
Yeah, Gilbert.
His name was Gilbert.
And he made it right, and we are very, very well pleased. We understand that things happen.
We do. We understand. He came over and totally apologized, gifted me with a birthday cake at Tempeyaki's that he sent himself. And I appreciate that. Thank you so much, because our service was absolutely terrible at Chops. We got there at 8. We didn't get out of there till 11. And it was terrible. Like, I'm not even joking. That was one of the worst specialty diners we ever had.
And Chops is always good.
It's always good.
It's always good.
They with the food that they serve is really good. I ordered lamb chops. It was overcooked. My husband ordered lobster. It was small, and they marketed it as being a pound and a half. It was maybe 6 ounces.
Yeah.
And it was just terrible service.
Yeah. So
I didn't
again-
even get a birthday song.
again, Gilbert, took care of that.
He did.
He rectified the situation. He took care of the staff. So this is a good lesson for you all out there.
Yes.
You're paying for a service, so if it does not meet your expectations, and I'm not saying nitpick at every little thing.
Right.
This is really we really had a difficult experience here for the 5 of us that were at the dining experience, and he did make the situation correct. So we want to thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. He made my birthday even better when he came up and talked to us, and we appreciate that. I'm not saying don't go to Chops. Maybe it was the people that we had dealt with that was just tired and burnt out. But when you go, you may have really good service. So try it again. Comment below and let us know when you do.
Okay. So you were on a pro. I was on a pro. Okay, I'm on a pro.
Okay.
I really liked the venues on board the ship, and specifically,
a lot to do.
Well, there's two main things. One of them is not a venue. One of them is a venue. The venue I really enjoyed was the 270, located at the back of the ship.
Me too. I really like the layout.
Multi-purpose venue. We saw the show, the book there.
Oh, it was one of my favorites.
Yeah, we saw a couple of performances there, and it has stages that go up and down and open. Close, and people come out the ceiling, and
our guests that we were cruising with, our group, they loved it.
Yeah, so highly recommend seeing the book if you come on board here. And then the next day, during the sea day, they even had a performance where they were showing behind the scenes. So they did the same show, kind of slow motioned it down a little bit, but all the actors were out there out of costume.
Yeah.
And they were, all the lights
it was
on.
Kind of practicing.
All the lights were on, so you could see what was really happening there. It was really cool, cool experience.
Shout out to the staff that's on the Odyssey of the Seas. It takes so much work to do those shows. Not only do you see the people performing, but there's people who doing the lights. There's people who doing the cameras. They're doing the flashing, moving stuff. It was.
And let me tell you this, because I didn't tell you this. So. The main actor that's in there, the one that wears the top hat.
Yeah.
So when I went into the practice session, actors will typically look off into the audience and connect with somebody, to pull emotion and do all these things during their acting. So he did that to me. I was standing up on the upper level just getting some footage for you guys, as you see here. And as I was doing it, I guess he picked me for his focal point. It felt like he was burning a hole through my soul the way he was looking at me. I was like, "Oh my God!"
They have to concentrate.
Yeah, I mean, it was really intense. So really good actors.
Very high energy, high powered show.
Yeah,
and they put everything they got into it, and you can tell they did not do anything less than put 100% into the show. It was action from beginning to end. And
the other venue or spot that I really enjoyed was the North Star Arm.
Oh my gosh.
And I think that's the thing that we were looking forward to doing the most.
It felt like a Ferris wheel that just kept going.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It was super cool. It was very smooth.
When that arm is fully extended up, this ship becomes the tallest ship at sea.
Yes, and it was definitely felt like that once you got up there.
Yeah, it was way up
there.
As
big as this ship is, it felt small when you was looking down. But if you're scared of heights, I wouldn't recommend it.
So when you get on board the ship, you want to book this experience right away. There's 2 options. The first one is just the basic option, which is free of cost. And it basically just takes you up. It lets you look around for a little while and comes on back down. The other option is the full experience, and I believe it's $19.99 per person. And that's the one that's like a 15-minute presentation that takes you up, hangs you over the side of each ship.
Narrated.
Yeah, so it's a little bit more of an immersive experience. I kind of recommend the second one if you don't mind spending the $20. If you just want to see it real quick, do the free one. It's it's free.
It was so cool. I really enjoyed it. It was something like we never did on a cruise ship, and we hope you enjoy it as well.
All right. You got any cons left? What you got left?
I'm all set. It's just the bar lines was kind of long, and then it was kind of hit or miss with the dining room food, and that's about it for me.
Okay.
And other than that, I really enjoyed our group. It just, like I said, it felt like the family was back together again. I'm looking forward to the Mediterranean, being with my group again. And I just loved my birthday. It was not good. It was great. From my surprise party in Michigan all the way, which I found out about, until the cruise now. I just felt like my birthday all week. Thank you for the cards. Thank you for the letters. Thank you so much for all the gifts. I really, really appreciate them. I am half a century.
And I have one more pro, one more con left.
Okay.
my pro was the embarkation was flawless.
It was flawless.
I mean, we were from parking lot to inside the ship in 15 minutes.
We walked right on.
No,
it was no
not
problem.
a problem. And matter of fact, we had a hiccup with the app where it printed out my sale pass, but not printed out, but digital.
Yep.
But it was not. Miss Travelers was not available, and we couldn't access the health questionnaire. So, you know, they had that added step of having to help us with that, and we were still on board the ship within 15 minutes.
It sure was. They got it taken care of. Shout out to the staff and the guest services. They were fabulous. They worked so hard for us and our group. We just appreciate each and every one of them.
And my last one, I usually like to end on pro. I hate doing that, but that's okay. My last con, they changed up the menu a little bit on here. Typically what you'll see is they have a dining room menu, and they usually have part of the menu that never changes daily.
Yeah, so you can pick from the menu every day.
So, you know, you have this part of the menu over here that changes every day, but over here there's selections that are usually there every day, and that's usually like maybe like a New York strip steak,
chicken,
a salmon, a chicken, things like that, right?
Yeah.
That whole stay the same everyday portion is gone on this ship.
It's not there.
It's not there. So the menu changed every day. So if there was something that you didn't necessarily like on there, you know, but
we had 8 days of it.
But saying that, we found something that we enjoyed on the menu every day.
We did, or we went to Playmakers.
Yeah. So. First of all, thank you for watching the video. Now, kind of our summary on this, and I think what we need to start doing, and this kind of popped up in my head while we're doing this.
Well, what is it, Mr. Trevor?
I think that we should start rating the ships like 1 through 10.
Let's do it.
And so you can figure out how you want to do it.
Okay.
Personally, for me, I'm giving this ship a solid 8. Symphony of the Seas is still my favorite ship, but I have been in anticipation of getting on this ship for so long. I really love this ship. I would sail this ship or a Quantum class ship again in a heartbeat.
I wouldn't recommend it for a weekend though. You have to have a whole week on here to see everything.
It's a lot to do, yeah.
You would not experience everything in a weekend. I would recommend a week. I'll give it a solid 7.
Okay.
Yep, a solid 7. They have some work to do. I did not like chops. I did not like the staff. As far as the attitudes, I didn't feel comfortable celebrating my birthday there because first of all, I didn't get a birthday song or a cake, and our food was just overcooked and it was not good at all. So if the food was good, I would have gave it a higher number, but I'll give it a solid 7. Compared to my favorite Norwegian, which is Encore and Escape, they have some work to do on here. They have to have more control over the kids. They were everywhere. And that was one complaint from our group as a whole. Yeah. The kids was just all over the place and they were not being sought after and, you know, set down when they were really bad. Because there was some incidents that happened that we have not talked about.
And you know, and I put some of that on parents too. I mean, you know.
But you have to remember, everybody else is on a vacation.
We all are on vacation.
Some people go on vacation and they leave their kids with everybody else. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You know, we on a vacation too, and this ship is not cheap. This is one of the more expensive groups, so we kept it small because it is. But people really wanted to enjoy it, and there's kids running around everywhere.
Yeah.
So
it's spring break time. So any other time you probably won't have that as much. There was a little over 1,100 children on this sailing. The previous sailing before this one was over 1,800.
Yes.
So I'm just assuming that this is like the end weeks of spring break. So do me a favor, comment below. When is the spring break in your neck of the woods? Like what week do the schools have spring break where you live? I'm just curious. I want to know so we can kind of gauge this.
And I would recommend, a lot of people ask us, well, when should we sail a ship? We need to do a rating on that too. I would say this ship would be perfect in the winter and maybe over in the Mediterranean.
It's
As far as the summer with the spring break, it was too much with the kids.
Well, you know, and it's and I'm just curious because like when we was growing up, spring break was just kind of like
it was 1 week for everybody.
yeah,
Maybe
well,
2.
like the East Coast of the United States had a week, and like the West Coast had another. It was just very short periods of time. Now it's like
longer.
it's like starts in February and evidently ends in the beginning of April.
Right.
So,
I wouldn't recommend to ship around that time, especially if you have kids. Sure, bring them on. But if you're trying to just be with your loved ones or your partner, or just on a romantic vacation for your birthday or your anniversary, no.
I'm telling you, they had a kids sale free event.
They had
Definitely for this ship.
Something was going on,
Mhm.
but we did enjoy it. We ran into some kids that really grabbed me by my leg. One kid we saw some subscribers, and the baby came and grabbed me by my legs and told me, "Miss Traveler."
We love the kids. We just don't love the bad kids.
Right, we don't like the bad kids. I just looked down and was like, "Yes, it's me." So if you see us on a ship, say hi, stop us. We are regular people who wants to make sure you get out and travel.
Right, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, definitely recommend this ship, guys. I love it. The technology, the decor, everybody in our group has been raving about their staterooms and love how spacious they are, which is a great thing to hear.
And if you're ready to go, make sure you give us a call. Right here, pull out your cell phone, scan that code 877-697-4470, or we can be reached at www.mr-traveler.com. We would love to hear from you. And comment below and let us know if you ever sailed this girl, the Odyssey of the Seas.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching.
Life short,
Have fun.
see the ocean.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.